All right, so hopefully you guys didn't have any issues with inverses of logs and inverses. If you did, please come see me, guys. Please, please, please. All right, so here we go for the function f of x equals, so they want the inverse function. And so all I'm going to do is, again, just like before, I'm going to write x equals 3y minus 7 over 4y minus 7. You don't have to do that change now. You can do it at the very end, but I like to do it now. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to solve for y. So here we go. I'm going to multiply both sides at the moment by 4y minus 7, and then whatever you do to one side, do to the other. So now here's what I have. I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to have 4xy minus 7x equals 3y minus 7. Because the 4y minus 7's cancel out. Right here. And then once you do that, I'm going to move the 3y to the other side. So I'm going to combine these, or I'm going to factor out. You'll see what I mean right now. And I'm going to move the 7x to the other side. So I have 4xy minus 3y equals 7x minus 7. I don't see any errors. Are we still okay? I'm going to factor out a y. So now I'm going to have 4x minus 3 equals 7x minus 7. And there it is. I want to get the y by itself, so just divide by the 4x minus 3. Y equals 7x minus 7 divided by 4x minus 3. Show that it's the inverse. So f negative 1 of x equals 7x minus 7 over 4x minus 3. What do you guys think? Cool, right? Oh, number 2 might freak you out, but it's fun though. You're gonna like it. I think it might. Is it a special? Yeah, it looks like it's a special. What? 1 over? Yeah, it might be. You'll see. You'll see right now. So I'm gonna switch the x and the y. Oh, ask me, miss. Ask me. No, ask me. It's all good. Okay. Are you sure? X equals y over 3y minus 1. Now remember, we're trying to solve for y. So the first thing you're gonna do for all of them, multiply by whatever you have in the denominator. When you do that, distribute this x. So I'm going to have 3xy minus x equals y. I'm going to move the y to the left. I'm going to move that negative x to the right. So when I do that, you have 3xy minus y equals x. Look what's going to happen, guys. I'm going to factor out a y. So here's me factoring out a y. 3x minus 1 equals x, and then divide by 3x minus 1. So y equals x over 3x minus 1. OMG, this is a special. f negative 1 of x is itself. X over 3x minus 1. It reflects over the same line of y equals x, that's why. So it's itself. Cool, right? I thought that was cool. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's special. It's because, you remember, you're reflecting across the line y equals x. And when you do that, you'll see that there's some functions that are going to be the same over and over. Like it's itself. It's its own it's a function is its own inverse. Because it reflects perfectly on the line y equals x, across the line y equals x. Find the inverse function of this function. Now, this is a pretty straightforward one, guys, because it's a linear line. So x equals 7y minus 5. Oh, 7y minus 5. 7y over 5. So multiply both sides by 5 times 5 times 5. So then I'm going to rewrite 7y equals 5x and divide both sides by 7. Y equals 5/7 x. So 5/7 x. Cool or not cool? All right, find the inverse function. Again, I'm just going to move the 5 to the other side. So I'm going to write x equals 1/5 y plus 5. So move the 5 to the other side. X minus 5 equals 1/5 y. And then last thing, what you're going to do is you're going to times by 5. Times it by 5. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So y equals, and I guess you can distribute that 5 there, 5x minus 25. This is my inverse. There it is. Cool or not cool? Okay. Yeah, you're going to love this. These are fun right here. It says, graph the inverse of the provided graph of the accompanying set of axes. You must plot at least 5 points. Remember, guys, all inverse functions reflect across that line, y equals x. So that means if I have a point, a comma b, and you reflect it, I'm going to put the word inverse, it turns to b comma a. That's all it means. So I'm going to choose points. Boom. That point is -1 comma -4. So I just flip it. -4, -1. So -4, -1 point. Do you see how I did that? I'm going to call it A prime. And I choose another point. I see 0, -3. I'm going to call this B. So -3, 0. B prime. Do you see how I'm doing it, guys? So I'm going to choose another point. I see 3, comma -2. I'm going to call that C. So 3, comma -2. So now go -2, comma 3. -2, comma 3. 1, 2, 3. Point. C prime. Let's see. Another point. I see 8, comma -1. So -1, comma 8. D prime. And there it is, guys. It looks something like, see, if you reflect it across the line y equals x, it looks like that. Cool, right? Yeah, that's all it is. That's what you're doing on question number 6, but it's even easier because it's a linear line. That point right on the y equals x axis is the point on both the original and the inverse. Let's see, -2, 0. 0, -2, point. Let's see, 0, 4. 4, 0, point. Let's see what else. 1, 6. 6, 1, point. 2, 8. 8, 2, point. And there it is. It reflects across that line y equals x. If you were to fold it at the crease, if you were to fold it at y equals x, they would mirror each other. Cool or not cool, guys? All right. Relax. We're going to go slow. Remember that this means inverse. So f of 2. I'm first going to find what f of 2 is. F of 2 is 0. And what's f of 15? F of 15 is -9. That's all it means. We're still okay? All right, so here's what I have. I have inverse of 0 minus 2 f of -9. All I did was plug in, guys. F of 2 was 0, and I plugged that in right there. And then f of 15 was -9, and I plugged that in right there. Are we still okay? Nothing crazy, right? All right. This that I'm circling, this means f of what equals 0. So that 0 is a y value on the original. Does that make sense, guys? That 0 is a y value on the original. Put that in your notes. That 0 is a y value on f of x, on your original. So I look for a y value of 0, and there I am again at 2. So this has to be 2. So the output of this is 2. Because I'm looking for a y value on the original. See? So inverse evaluated at 0 will give me 2. Because x and y switch. AB turns to BA. And then, so let's see, what's the final answer? 2 minus 2, and then what's f of -9? F of -9 is 9. 2 minus 18, so negative 16. Don't worry, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it 3 more times. All right. First, look at number 8. First, find f of 7. So f of 7. When x is 7, the output is 0. So this means inverse 0. Now remember, what does that mean? That means f of something equals 0. Well, I'm going to be back at 7 again. So this answer is 7. Because that 0 is a y value. So that means look for a y value of 0. And then what's the output? That's all it means. Cool or not cool? Okay. Don't worry, we're going to do another one. All right, here we go. First, evaluate the inside. This is similar to composite functions. G of negative 6. So I go to G, and I go to negative 6. So let's see. The x value, negative 6. G of negative 6 is negative 2. Do you see that? So this is f, negative 1 of negative 2. Are you okay? All right, this is a y value on the original f. So I look for a y value of negative 2 on f. And here it is. So the output of this has to be what number? Negative 18. See, you guys got the hang of it. Let's do one more. I know that you don't have this one. I don't know if you want to copy and paste it real quick. Do you guys want to take like, yeah, you don't have this one. Do you want to write it down in the corner somewhere really quick? So take 10 seconds to write it down really fast. We're going to go slow. We're going to go slow. Don't worry, guys. All right, here we go. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to go really slow. Negative 2, that's just this one. Nothing crazy. F of 0. When x is 0, the output for f is 10. 10. So far, so good. Plus f. And notice that it says g negative 1 of 12. This was a y value on g. On g of x. So I look, and there it is. Here's my y value. So the output that I'm going to get on the inside is what number? Negative 18. See? So now I look for the x value of negative 18. And there it is. And it says f of negative 18, which is 6. So negative 2 times 10 plus 6. So negative 20 plus 6. So what's that? Negative 14. What do you guys think? Not bad, right? All right, that's it, guys. This one's due tomorrow. The other one is due today by 9. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be here for tutoring.